Alright guys, you want to see how much $80 worth of meat looks like?
There's something special about your love. I think it's one of a kind.
Not much. No, this is a good amount. It's all green wise except for these. They're normally $7.99, so they were 2 for $7. Checking them out. Al fresco, I normally grab the sausages for it, but these are just ground chickens. This is one meal right here. This is a roast, so I'll probably put this in the Instapot and then kind of shred it and stuff like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I'll split one of these packs into these 2. I'm gonna season them all tonight. So 9 meals out of that. So 9 cooked meals. You might be able to get a couple servings out of that. Hopefully I'm not being presumptuous. Hopefully it's definitely something that I can kind of make happen. So I think I did pretty well. Yeah, I literally went to the supermarket and only got meat. I got some chicken. These are some of these pre-made Publix chickens. If you know, you know. The total was $79.49. I'm super proud of myself. I think I did a good job. I didn't spend a whole bunch of money. And to think possibly 9 meals out of that. Good job, Lisa. So if you are in the Florida area, every Publix is a little different. I didn't know this until Dan pointed this out, that all Publixes have their own weekly ads and some stores don't have the same thing. Some do, but there's some items that are specialties to that Publix, even though they might be the same city or the same county. So just check the weekly ads. But our weekly ads had everything on sale. Literally everything I picked up was on sale. So $6.69 a pound. This was $6.49 a pound. These were $2.49 a pound. They're normally anywhere from $2.99 all the way to $3.99 on the green wise chicken thighs and drumsticks. So you proud of me?
Yeah, I think this is a good haul. Again, it's not gonna look like that when you're buying meat. Normally, when you're buying non-organic or non-natural, like just your conventional meat, you can probably get a lot more than this.
Yeah,
but green wise, if you're not familiar with that, is either organic or natural. Supposed to be local. So if you're familiar with trying to buy an organic proteins at all, you'll know they're hella expensive. Some of them are necessary, some are not, but we try to stay with our proteins, with our meat proteins, in natural or organic, you know, like no antibiotics, you know, no hormones, all of those kind of things. So yeah, this is a really good haul for that, and a really good haul for Publix, especially in the times that we're living in right now.
Last year, how much would all this been?
I mean, it doesn't sound like a huge difference, but maybe a couple of years ago, you could have knocked off maybe about $10.
Perfect. I would say the same thing. I would say the same thing.
About $10 is the difference between getting a whole nother steak or another pack of
because
meat.
Like
so
I could have bought maybe 2 more packages of the chicken thighs and the drumsticks, you know, or more sides or something like that. I have all of that. I have potatoes and stuff like that in the fridge. We have some frozen veg. I have some canned veg. So
and beans, bruh. Every time I tell Lisa, yo, we need some vegetables, Lisa will come back with vegetables, and like for every vegetable haul, there'll be like 10 new cans of beans that come into the house.
Marsha, comment below. Marsha will understand. In our household, we had a lot of beans. Okay, beans in rice and peas, and it's really rice and peas, but in reality, it was rice and beans. But Daddy used to cook a pot of beans and stuff like that. Put some sausage in there, like chicken sausage. Yo, we used to eat a lot of beans, so it's like habit for me to have that in there. He's just afraid because he pop up 1 or 2 times and he's like, oh my gosh, I hate beans.
But like, yo, there are other vegetables other than beans. Like beans. I'm talking about, listen, like for every bag.
Let me show you my bean collection. It's just like a couple tin of beans. There's tomatoes in there. There's a couple tins. Remember, there's tomatoes. There's refried beans when we're doing tacos. This one is another tomato. This is coconut milk. Don't lie and say these are all beans.
Do you realize that if this was in the cabinet, this would be a whole shelf of just beans?
This over here, this is tuna over there. There's some corned beef.
That is very much in the minority of that. I would say about 90% of this is beans.
I'm gonna cook a whole tin of bean and okra and watch. You'll love it.
Quick question. So, what is the trick to warming up like popcorn chicken or chicken nuggets? We're asking. I really need to know this. My son lives on these Publix popcorn chicken. It's like one of the only proteins we can get him to eat consistently. He will dabble ever so often with other ones, and then we'll get excited and try to give it to him again, and he'll look at you like, no, ew. Yeah. But yeah, so this one he consistently eats. But if we get it in like a large or something, it's good that first night, but then the second night you're trying to warm it up. We've tried microwaving it and sticking it in the toaster oven after. It tends to get like over crispy and like hardened and stuff like that. So if you guys know a trick to warming these things up, please let us know in the comment section. It would be much appreciated in the community. I'm sure we're not the only people with this problem. See you guys in a minute, or whenever the camera turns on again.
All right, it's 10 o'clock at night. Dan has bathed Kellan. I am downstairs seasoning up meat. You saw the meat that I bought at Publix. This is something my mother used to do, and this is something my aunt, her sister, was like, do this. Yeah, continue to do this. When you buy meat, just go ahead and season it up. It's a task, you know, to clean the meat, cut and trim and all that stuff, trim fat, and then season up everything and then put them in the bags. But it is a lifesaver when it is time to cook. The meat has marinated and, you know, absorbed that seasoning. You can still add your seasoning. You still add, you know, if you're doing like your sweet peppers or bell peppers and onions and thyme, you add that to the pot. Season that up with regular onions and scallions, and then you just add the meat that's been marinated. This is the lamb shoulder. I put the name of what cut it was and then the date. And this is the lamb shoulder round bone. And then this one is the beef chuck roast. So depending on the cut of meat, sometimes you kind of know what you're gonna cook with it. Like this beef roast, I'm probably going to do like tacos with it, but I like Asian flavors. So I already added like this barbecue sauce. You see the cabinet in the back where all the seasonings are. But I kind of still just add regular like onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, meat seasoning or chicken seasoning. I put that in everything. And then I put my green seasoning, which again, if you haven't seen a video of that, I have an old video of the one I did, but this time I did it without the shadow benny. I don't really like the flavor of the shadow benny, and Daddy doesn't like the flavor of that. And it's just basically like parsley, scallion, everything except the shadow benny is in this one. So I've done the lambs and the chicken over here. I have vinegar and water in it. I'm cleaning it, cutting it and trimming it, and then I'm going to share them into their baggies here and then freeze that. Again, same kind of base seasoning, but this one I'll do like, you know, chicken seasoning. Half of it I might do like a little bit more pepper. The other one I might just do like a basic base because I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing. Chicken is one of those things that you're like, I don't know what style I'm gonna do. If it's going to be a jerk chicken or if it's gonna be like just a regular like in the oven roast chicken. So the chicken, I'll just do like a base kind of on that. I think Dan needs me. I'm gonna be in charge of cleaning up downstairs. Dan is still recovering. He's sick. I think you heard it in his voice. You know, his throat is still kind of bothering him. And he goes back to work tomorrow for 2 days. Kellan is bathed. We're gonna let him watch a little bit of some lullaby and bedtime stories from Akili before it is time for him to go down. I'm letting him stay up a little longer because he still has a cough, and then his cough is getting worse in my opinion. So I bought this at Publix. This is not the usual one. I usually use the Zarbee's. This is the one I usually use, but they didn't have that one. They just had the Highlands. Again, if you know, kids under 4 can't really have a lot of like the Sudafed, the Dimetaps, and you kind of have to stick to more natural stuff for their age group. But I don't want the cough to get any worse. I'm not trying to have to bring him to urgent care or anything like that. So let me go back to cleaning meat and freezing this. But again, these are the beef and the lamb is ready to freeze. Now I gotta do the chicken, and I hate cleaning chicken. If you know me, you know chicken cleaning and cutting. I'm very meticulous about, you know, cleaning the skin and getting feathers off and all that stuff. So So let me get to it. There's probably about like 10 pieces of chicken leg and 4 pieces of chicken thigh. I have put pickled pepper, browning, dill, cumin, coriander, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, some all-purpose seasoning. I think that's all everything. Just like basic, like what I put in, just a marinade to freeze. And then, like I said, these are just the bases. And when it's time to cook, you pull it out and then you season it how you really want it. The chef's kiss at the end when it's time to cook. So I'm trying to hurry up now. I'm going to be putting them in Ziploc bags. Okay, this is the meat all mixed up. Make sure you pull down the skin and kind of season up here. Pull it back up. But every piece has some type of seasoning in it. And then, again, we're going to freeze this up and ready for cooking. And then I ended up making 3 different meals. So out of the drumsticks, I'll probably just do like a barbecue chicken that I'll do in the oven. And then these 2 I could either grill and make a jerk one or roast one and do a Chinese roast chicken in the oven. So that was pretty good that I got 3 actual meals out of that one. And then out of those meals, we'll hopefully be able to get either 2 or 4 servings out of each meal. So I'm happy with that. I'm probably gonna leave out 1 so Dan can take something to work tomorrow. I am going to do, I left this one out, the simply seasoned one, which is supposed to be just sea salt and black pepper. I think I'm gonna do like chicken Alfredo, and then I'm gonna leave out 1 of these and do it in the oven. And then we'll do some roast vegetables. I have some mushrooms that I'll probably do in the oven with that. If I'm feeling up to it, I might cook tonight, so I don't have to do that tomorrow. But I have to see if there's anything Dan wants me to do with the editing and stuff. So yeah, and if you haven't done it already, please check out his channel, Cutting Up with Mac D. I will link it below or somewhere here, his latest video, so you can check it out. It might not be something that you necessarily you'd watch, but it is very interesting, and his editing is amazing. He uses a lot of music. He does ASMR videos. Or if you are new to the baldy era of your life, then definitely check out his channel because he has some tips and techniques for that. Sometimes you don't think about, there are people out there that don't know how to shave or never was taught how to shave, especially from a man. Hopefully this helps individuals. Dan really is just out there to kind of share what he's learned, because he didn't have someone that kind of sat down with him and taught him how to shave. He kind of had to learn. And this is definitely something that he hopes to be able to bridge the gap for people that didn't have that growing up. I'm gonna run because I have to put Kellan to bed. It is late, but I wanted him to stay up a little longer because I wanted him to get to this nighttime cough medicine. Last night he got up a couple times to cough, and today when I was putting him down for his nap, he ended up crying because I think he was just so frustrated with coughing so much. So I wanted him to get this nighttime cough medicine so he can go to sleep. So that is it. Thanks again for joining me on all this chicken cleaning, and I feel so nasty, so I definitely want to go and jump into the showers before I lay down with him. See you guys the next time the camera turns on.
What's up, my people? All right, so I know this is gonna be a little different from what you guys are used to. You're probably wondering, where's Lisa? As you can see, she's not beside me. She's actually at work, so you're going to be riding with the boys. It's just me and Kellan. We're gonna go to Target. We're out of an essential in our household, which is cheese for this picky eater here. So we're just gonna go to Target. Hopefully he'll get tired by the time we come back. If you're wondering where Lisa is actually in orientation. So even though we normally predominantly work nights, she's doing day shift and hating every second of it. And part of it is also the orientation, which kind of feels kind of like school. We are about to hit the streets. Gonna be a little different, but I promise you'll see Lisa later on in this same vlog. My man's over here, ready for the road, eating a little bit of a late breakfast, but it is what it is. So let's go on the road, come back. I actually have work tonight, so we're kind of going tag team. It's one of the first times we've done this since Kellan has been born, really, that we've had to go back and forth to work. Lisa was working a little bit after her leave had ended, and we had some back and forth, but he wasn't this old, so it's going to be an adjustment. There's going to be, you know, a little bit of tightening of the belt, a little bit of trying to do more on your own or other than just staying home. But yeah, so come along with us for the ride. Hit the streets with the boys. Alright, so my man's finally finished eating some food, so we're headed into the store. He's chilling. We're really here for one specific item, but like I said, we'll waste a little bit of time, not too much, a little bit of time walking around the store, looking at some stuff and just see if we see anything, and give Lisa time to maybe give us a call and see if there's anything that she needs, because otherwise it's gonna get left till the next trip. Which, if, listen, realistically, if you are living in the United States and you're in a relationship, your significant other will find a reason to go back to Target, so it's no big deal if something gets left at Target. So if you're familiar with Massimo, you can see that, I mean, while Goodfella is okay, it's just not Massimo. But you're not going to go on like, I don't have Goodfella in the racks right now. Especially until some serious money start make. Yo, I am definitely not above finding something decent in Target to wear. Here and there, of course. Alright, let's go secure what we need, and then, like I said, we can waste a little bit more time in here. Other thing is, yo, I feel like price is getting ridiculous. Like, you're supposed to be coming to these stores and like getting this stuff because it's cheaper than, you know, going into a department store. In some cases, I don't feel like that's true anymore. I feel like we just hang on to the idea that that's true. And one thing I can say that I know them really don't have nothing is, usually when you feel like you don't have no extra money for spend on anything is when you see everything you want, and I'm not really seeing anything I want. So yo, I cannot wait for Kellan to reach like Super Soaker and Water Gun 5 age, cause the big picnic in me is waiting. I'm kind of here only on a mission for cheese, and I know we need more than that. Anyway, let's call Lisa and see what's up. What up, my people? Alright, so what is going on? You're gonna see a little bit of a role reversal. I'm actually home tonight for the second night with Kellan, and Lisa is going to be going off to work. So any minute now, she'll be heading down that step. So it's like she's working full time, and it's a little daunting because I feel like these people don't really consider the fact that like you have things to do. You know, they schedule you for these day shift things when you're on night shift. Anyway, so I'm gonna try and quick and make something and put together her lunch. And as I'm watching Kellan and her role reversal, you know, not only am I learning that it's not easy, you know what I mean, to be home. Like the idea that like, you know, the stay-at-home parent is just kicking up at their feet up in the air is bullcrap. But it's like also the worry is when I do start school, you know, when am I gonna have the time to study without neglecting Kellan? I don't know, all of those things plague the mind. Kellan is oversleeping right now, so I am setting myself up for a battle. Not for failure, but a battle later if I don't run and get him up. Alright guys, so totally forgot to turn on the camera with Lisa going through the door. We're still getting used to it. Like I said, it's been a little while since she's been taking, you know, going in and taking some shifts. So we didn't catch her going out the door, but she didn't forget her lunch today, which is an improvement for us. Come. Yeah! That's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me is that smile and that laugh. Daddy time, alright? What's up, guys? So it's a Sunday. Lisa was supposed to work today. She came off of orientation early, so she's actually not working. It's dry as hell right now for whatever reason. It's about 6, so we have maybe another 90 minutes of sunlight. And Lisa was like, hey, let's get the water guns. She's actually been hinting at it because she was saying the other day we had recently got into a little bit of an argument, and the reason being is, like, with both of us like trying to work more now, it's an adjustment for both of us. But she had brought up one time that, you know, work was stressing her out, and I had set up like a water balloon fight for us, like a big old water fight. And I think sure mine ran on that, and I was like, yo, you know what, let's set up something for Kellan, really for us, because we're a big picnic. But she's like, yeah, I don't know if we have enough time to do all of this. I'm gonna try to do everything. Pool, his water table, everything. Because we live in Florida, where it is always eternally, basically, summer. So why not? Let's see how fast I can set this up. My goal is actually to set up a big water fight, like a water gun fight. Whether it's like, you know, like a city gets behind it or something, but
like
so many parts.
A big one?
Yeah, big one.
Let's go.
Fighting himself right now.
Alright, so I'm doing a little bit of experimentation. I'm cooking some lamb. You know, that's one of our favorite meats. And I put sorrel in there. Dan is hesitant about that because he's not the biggest sorrel fan, or he's not a sorrel fan, period. And then I, you know, depending on who makes it, I tip on it with some like rum and stuff like that. So this was a really good sorrel that one of my family members purchased off of somebody last Christmas, and I had like a little bit left. So I put it in the lamb. Dan is like, he can't deny it tastes good. But it's just like, yeah, why don't we put sorrel with our meats? So people spend so much money putting a bottle of wine in their braised meats. Sorrel has like red label wine in there. Yeah, so I put it in there. I'm risking it. I think the sauce tastes good. Like, I seasoned the meat really well. I've already sauteed it. It's in my favorite Instapot. And then we're gonna put it to finish on the stove. All right, so guys, dinner's finished. I want you to see my sorrel glazed lamb chops. It is good. So I did 20 minutes in the pressure cooker and the Instapot pressure cooker setting. Sometimes I use the meat and stew setting, but this time I did the pressure cook setting. So 20 minutes on that, and then he seared it. A plate here. I did some like kind of scalloped potatoes kind of thing, and then we have a quick little salad with some dressing and some crispy onions and some tortilla chips strips. Tonight we're gonna drink some California wine in a different language. Be quiet. Be quiet. Tonight is the night you buy it.
Why? I don't get it. Like,
is that lyric wrong?
What did you say?
Be quiet. Tonight is the night we ride in. That's right.
No, it's not riding.
Oh my gosh. Tonight is the night we ride in.
No.
What did you say?
Ride. It's just ride.
Tonight is the night we ride?
Yeah.
Tonight is the night we ride in. Facts. That sounds stupid. they wrote that wrong.
Yo.
Tonight is the night we ride in.
Oh man.
Guys, yeah.
Oh man.
Next time I'll let you when you need me to write lyrics for me.
You will always be my inspiration.
To future selves that are editing, keep going, keep doing what you're doing.